Everyone's clamoring for that third match in the Brock, trilogy. Are you saying that this might happen in a pro wrestling ring instead of in an MMA forum?
Well, right now he's retired MMA, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. But
we know how retirements in MMA often work, though.
Yeah, true. I'm hoping. Look, I think that it only makes sense the two of us fight again. I mean, I made him tap the first time. He finished me with strikes the second time. I mean, both the fights I think were exciting to people to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't think he wants. I'm sure it bothers him every time people talk about me. I made him tap. I made him scream "uncle." He sat there and slapped my leg, asking the referee to save him from disfigurement. He has to sleep with that. You know what I mean? And same thing. Hey, he kicked my ass in one of the fights. I mean, I got up, didn't know where I was. I mean, he gave me a good ass whooping. Why wouldn't he want to go there and finish it off? One last time. I do.
As you were heading into that first fight with Brock, were you like, I'm just going to destroy this guy?
No, contrary.
Really?
Honestly, it upset me a little bit because I looked at him watching film and whatnot and getting prepared. I knew who he was from wrestling at Minnesota. So I looked at him as, I'm fighting a guy who's a national champion wrestler.
Yeah.
But, he lost his junior year to Stephen Neal, who to me was one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. This guy, his junior year, Stephen was a senior. Stephen Neal was already a national champ from his junior year. I think the runner-up his sophomore year. So, he's up there with pedigree that's extremely high. Neal went on to go ahead and in 1999 was the world champion. Dan Hodge recipient. And then, the only reason why he didn't continue on wrestling is because he went to the Patriots and got a couple Super Bowl rings throwing guys around there. So I looked at Lesnar as a very legitimate threat because of his wrestling background. Big, strong, athletic guy that knows how to wrestle and is going to always be a good position, right? And then I was backstage getting ready for the fight, the week of, doing PR and stuff. And one of the other fighters on the card, and the story would be better if I could remember who it was, but I just was so in shock that after what he said to me, he goes, I just remember the kid kind of grabbed me on the back of the shoulder and goes, hey man, you got to do this. It's it's MMA versus pro wrestling. We can't look at it. And I looked around. I'm like, oh, you think he's a pro wrestler? Please tell me no one else thinks this guy's just a pro wrestler. Like the dude's a national champion wrestler. Like legitimately, I'm like, oh, what? So then that actually put a lot of pressure on me because I'm sitting there going, people are going to think that he's just a pro wrestler? Like, no. Yeah. Give me anybody else. Most of the other pro wrestlers don't have a background in combat. I think that's why the wrestling looks the way it looks. They don't really know what an arm bar is or really legitimately know how to hit a double on a guy who doesn't want to go down. And so, there's some guys that look at it, I see him throw a punch. I'm like, I guarantee that dude's never even been in a real fight in his life. Oh, God. And here you have a guy in Lesnar who legitimately was a fighter. The guy. He didn't become the champ because he sucked. And so that was upsetting. And so I was really focused to take him out.
Hey, it's Chris, and thank you so much for checking out this video on my brand new YouTube channel, CVV Clips. As the name suggests, it's a place where I'm going to post clips from some of my favorite interviews. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit subscribe and also check out these videos right here. YouTube thinks you might like them.